Hello, geometry. I am going to go over a couple more examples from section 4.2, reflections. So I wanted to go over on page 100, numbers 3 and number 4, at least part of each of those. So what's different about 3 and 4 is that the line of reflection is no longer just an axis, but it is y equals 1 or x equals -3 or something similar to that. Now, if you don't know what these lines look like, the best bet is to go to desmos.com. This is not correct. And just type it in. So if I don't know where x equals -1 is, I would type it in and I could clearly see that it's a vertical line going through where x equals 1. I can do the same thing with something that's y equals and see it's a horizontal line. So use Desmos to help you if needed. Okay, so going back to our notes here, okay, these graphs are really tiny, so I made my own graph off to the side, and I'm actually going to do I'll do number 4 for you, I guess. Okay, so x equals -3 is going to be a vertical line that goes down through where x is -3. So I'm going to draw that line. I think it's really helpful to draw your line of reflection because it helps you to kind of see what line you need to flip your shape over. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my image. I'll use green for my image. So I'm going to do -2, 3, and I'm going to label it A, and then -2, -2. That's going to be your B, and then 0, -2. That's going to be C. Okay, and then I connect those, and it looks like that. So there you go. So now I'm going to reflect this over x equals -3. And when I do that, we want to make sure that our new image is the same distance away from the line of reflection as the other image. So that means A is one space away, so A prime is going to be one space away in the other direction. B also one space away, so B prime is going to be one space away in the other direction. C prime is, you can think of it as it's 2 spaces away from B, or you can say it's 1, 2, 3 away from the line of reflection. So 1, 2, 3 in the other direction, I get C prime. And then I can connect it and see that this is my new image in orange. Okay, so now what's different about that when I go to do my next problem? Okay, so when I go to do the next problem, number 3, okay, so for that one, I am going to insert my shape here. Let me get my axes here. Okay, so here it is. Okay. All right, so for this problem here, what's different about it is that my line of symmetry is y equals 1. So the only thing that would be different if I'm looking at, say, like Desmos, is that my line of symmetry is going to be a horizontal line going through y equals 1. So I would start that problem, number 3, by drawing my line of reflection and then going ahead and plotting my points, A, B, and C, and then going ahead and reflecting them to get A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, the other example that I wanted to go over is number 6, which is on the next page, page 101. What's different about this one here is that they give you the shape, which I think it's kind of really hard to see where those points are. So I'm going to go ahead and re-graph that over here off to the side. So that goes by 2. So it's A is at 2, 0. Looks like B is at 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. And C is at 5, or no, 1, 5. No, 2, sorry, 2, 5. See, it's a little confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's C. And then D is at 1, 4. So connecting those, this is the image that you see there. Just a little bit bigger and easier to see. Okay, so on this one it says the line of reflection is y equals negative x. We talked about y equals x in our Desmos activity, but we didn't talk about y equals negative x. So I'm going to go to Desmos and I'm going to type in y equals negative x, and I see that it is a diagonal line, but one that has more of a negative slope. So I can go ahead and I'm going to use my ruler so I can get a really good line of reflection here. Like that. And there's my line of reflection, y equals negative x. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is, remember, you want to make sure that the new image is the same distance away from the diagonal line. Okay. So I can see that A is one diagonal length away. So A prime, one diagonal length away in the other direction. There it is. For B, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. That's going to be B prime. And then for C, it's 1, 2, 3, and a half. Okay, so I got a half. And then 1, 2, 3. That's going to be C prime. And then for D, I see it's 1, 2, and a half. So here's a half, 1 and 2, and there is D prime. And the other thing you can see is that C and D are one diagonal length away, and A and B are 3, separating them by 3. So 1, 2, 3, there it is. Okay, and then I can connect those to make my new image that should be congruent to the other one. Okay, so I hope that this helps you with some of the examples in your homework, and come to support if you need more help, and good luck with your practice.